I'm going to be discussing low angles down in this video. I've got one example that I want to show you and give you some insight. Both low angle down and low angle up are just fantastic tools. We see the angles in the trend red and green. We see it in the zip chart. We see it in the power chart. And in this example, I've got it's going to be in the price chart. And this one here happens to be on a green line, or the stock happens to be FRAN, and looks like it's about an $11 stock. And in this particular case, we have a low angle down. Normally, we would have a red candle, but because we had a big gap, we have a green candle. And this is one of those exceptions when you have that occur, because normally I tell or I instruct traders not to do trading right after a big gap movement. But in this case here, we have a lot of divergence that's taking place. And it's not only in price divergence, in that we have the indicators going down and with a green candle, but we have other indicators that are going up and other pairs that are in divergence. And that's obvious in the swing Zion and swing pink. Pink is up, Zion is down. Remember the importance of the indicators that you're looking at. Swing Zion and swing pink are very important indicators that we watch continually. Zion is a price barometer. Yeah, you've possibly heard me say this on other videos, but it's definitely worth repeating and recognizing the importance. Zip pink and the three price lines are the other price barometers, total of 5 that we have within the system. And swing pink is a leading indicator. It's a real fast line, I compare it with zip red, because zip red and gray are really fast. Zip pink is also. But zip red and gray have real long indicator line length movements potentially. I mean, they can go 40, 50, 60, 90 points in one day. The swing pink doesn't have that type of indicator line length movement, but it is real quick. And that's why we refer to it as a leading indicator. Now, on the vertical green line we see here, we have a zip red, gray, blue, and yellow in a low angle up in divergence to the green, red, and blue in a low angle down on the price chart. And of course, zip pink has stuck its nose out underneath there. And again, most of you know that when you have a nose out situation, well, first of all, when you have zip pink lowest, it usually goes up. But when you have a nose out situation, then that just increases the odds of it going up next day. And the same is true when zip pink is on top. It has a tendency, when it does like a point out, it has a tendency to go down. When it does these roundabouts or these crescent moves, what you're actually seeing is the price is going up. This last movement here, it came down, but the zip green, which is the indicator that tracks the trades in and out of the stock, that went up to 100. So, and then oftentimes when pink comes underneath green, as green goes up to 100, that's the day of the downtrend, or the start of the downtrend. That's a key signal for us. When pink has been out there by itself and all of a sudden green comes up to 100, then the next day price goes down. On the red vertical line, we have another low angle down, but it's not what we typically call a low angle down. When we look at it, we can see a right leg W, or you can see a TOC higher pattern. In this case, I think of it as a full right leg W pattern, and right leg W patterns are invariably next day up patterns. I mean, almost always. Sometimes it's more than that, but typically that's what happens. It just depends on what your other indicator lines say. And I'm not going into the other charts like the trend chart and the power chart. I just wanted to show you these low angle down movements and what they mean in different price charts. They're very effective. Keep in mind, zip price green was at 1.4 when we looked at it there. It was almost touching zero, and it was the lowest because price red was at 1.6. So whenever green crosses under red, that's a good signal. You usually get a strong up, which we did the following day. So that's a quick example of a low angle down and the effectiveness that it shows us in a reversal pattern going back up.